Smell what the flock is cooking. Flock up and flock off, not you. You stick around, because it's about to go down. You now flock with the most energetic entity in the Eagleverse, and we back in it like we never left it. Let's go get it, y'all. Well, we got a whole lot of things we want to get into real quick. Not real quick. Strap in. We might be here for a while, because I've been needing this therapy for a little bit. And like I said, we back up in it, man. We're going to get into a little bit of Debo, a little bit of Fletcher, a little bit of Super Bowl, what went on in the Super Bowl things, reactions, and things of that sort. So just strap in, man. We here on a Thursday, You know how we like to do around this time, about this time, at this time, man. Let's get this nest keeping out of the way. Let's keep the maniac thing. Please like and subscribe. If you about that fly, Eagles fly. Drop a comment in that box. If you fly with the flock, let's fly. Do remember, join that maniac thing. Note again, you hit that bell, you get a bang whenever I'm on this YouTube thing. Let's fucking go. And while it's the maniac thing, let's keep the main thing, man. Hope this video finds you in good vibes, good tides, clearer skies, fly skies. If you're not there, hope this helps you get there, especially in light of things that went on yesterday in Kansas City, man. I could and I would really like to get into a lot of things, man, but we're here for the sake of the Eagles and try and get our things off of things like that just for a second for this little tidbit that you spend with me, with the Eagle Maniac. You're going to get a little crazy, man, but peace, shouts out, heartfelt, concern, and all that goes out to the people in Kansas City, man. Let's get back into this Eagles thing, bro. Woo, yo, so yeah, damn, it's a little heavy. I wasn't even expecting to go there, but just thinking of, clear skies and hoping that this gets people to where they want to go, man. Just popped up on me. Yo, damn, I don't know. Most energy, where the energy at now? Bro, that really brought things down a bit. But let's get things going. So we got the Super Bowl, right? The Super Bowl just passed, and I know what it was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like 5 days ago. Happy Valentine's Day. Happy Eagle-Times Day, man. For those people that love the Eagles out there. Because shot by Cupid's arrow that shoots the arrows into the Eagles fans' hearts every year. Oh, man. Love these guys. Hurts hearts. Oh, man. Should have made some cards. But yeah, listen, though. We got the Super Bowl that just passed a few days ago, and just a few thoughts I want to get off my head. It's bugging me out. It's really driving me crazy that people are going crazy on Shanahan the way they are, although he did do something yesterday that I'm low-key loving. Like, wow, getting rid of your D's. Like, what? There's no more out there. And he was better than the last guy you had. Smack him up. He gets rid of that guy. But, I'm just not as mad at him as other people are about the whole don't give Patrick Mahomes 4 downs. Everybody's acting like this is conventional knowledge. Like, this has happened time and time again. When he gave his explanation, it made sense to me. So if we score first, they score second, we get a chance to end it. The third time the third person gets the ball, like I understand what people are saying. You don't give Patrick Mahomes 4 downs. I want to really look back and see what he had, what his percentage was in the. Dude, he scored 1 touchdown in the whole damn game. And that was off of a short field, a 16-yard field. So you took on with the longer field. Just so I don't know. I get it. I understand people say, oh, you don't give Patrick Mahomes 4 downs. I'm bugging over here. But yeah, it's like, come on. And they made him get to that 4 a few times. Like I just don't understand why people are just straight, like completely going bonkers over this, man. It's a first-time thing in the Super Bowl. Like, I believe they had a plan. Chiefs had their plan, what they want to do. It worked out for them, didn't work out for the Niners. And I'm loving that because, it's always flock the Niners over here. But I just wanted to put my 2 cents in there to show that I'm not a completely biased fan. Like, as much as I hate the Niners, I just don't understand why that coach was getting all this flack. He was all the slack. Getting the feedback that he was for the move that he made. So it was crazy to me. But one thing that I did say that I wrote down before the game started, I was like, it's similar to us how, like, even though we were winning, we were 10-1, it just something didn't feel right. It just didn't pass the eye test. It's like that we can't keep getting away with. If we keep getting away with this, if we keep doing this thing, if it keeps going this way, by all means, I'll take it. I remember I believe the year that the New Orleans Saints won, like their defense was trash. Teams were going up and down all over them, but they were getting turnovers. They were turning that ball over crazy. And of course, in hindsight, you'll say it was by design, but if it didn't work out for them, you would say what I'm saying now about us. Like, this thing, they can't keep getting away with this. But throughout the whole season and in the playoffs and into the championship, they kept turning that damn ball over. And they got a Super Bowl win out of that. Regardless of what I say, all that to say this, the fact that the Niners, we just kept looking at him. And albeit this young man did play well in the Super Bowl, we just saw time and time again where Purdy was throwing the ball to the other team and they just wasn't catching it. Probably happened. Like, they didn't blow us out the way they said. Nah, they blew them. You know what? I ain't going to be like them. It's in the past. You got to look forward. And that's another problem they have, man. They were still looking back at us. Prior to this game. But we'll get into that in a second. The thing is this. Like Brock Purdy was throwing that ball to the other team time and time again, and people just weren't catching that ball. I believe it even happened a few times, even though I believe it was over a tip ball. Maniac Braun pointed it out to me. He was like, yo, I was like, dude, it almost happened again, because I looked away for a second, took a bite, quesadilla, looked back. Oh, look at this guy. Another interception I caught, but then I saw it was tipped. And it popped up out of one of the receiver's hands and almost into a defender's hands. So, that one couldn't really be blamed on him. And it's just, this is the way this thing goes. This is the way that oblong, obtuse, whatever you want to call it, this weird ball bounces sometimes. We suffered from it last year in the Super Bowl, whatever the case may be. And it's just one of his best games. Like, I wouldn't say one of his best games. I believe his percentage was down, but he didn't throw any interceptions. Didn't seem to put the ball in harm's way too many times. Made some pretty on-point passes in this game. I still get to laugh because I don't care. I've been waiting to laugh all damn season, and they just kept getting away with it. So I got the last laugh. Oh, it just felt so good to see guys like Debo crying. And oh man, it really aches me to say these things. But the way they trolled so hard during this season, it just gave you just bad taste in your mouth. Everybody in the league hates this team, and it's like it's just such a fitting ending to, like the bully getting beat up. And this is the Chiefs not even at 100% being able to take these dudes out. Like, I mean, no, they were 100. You get what I'm saying. It's not one of those top tier. They got a lot. That defense is crazy. You could say that the defense did win that Super Bowl. Chris Jones is like, so, after I get finished hating on the Niners, they'll be back in the top spot, the Chiefs, because they're just too damn good. It makes you sick. Like, this Nate Wiggins guy I keep seeing pop up on our mock drafts. Whatever the case may be. So you got that going down, seeing them go down, and just the villainous loser. That's what they are. That's what they've come to be. The villainous loser. Like, you could be that villain. You could play that villain. But if you're going to play that villain, you better finish the damn deal. And you didn't finish the deal. So we all get to sit here and laugh at you now. Ha, 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 ha. Love it. I love it. Oh, man, nothing like a 41-9 whiner. Oh, man, just, I haven't even called them yet. I'm letting them chill. I did do a quick Maniac React. Check that out on the channel if you get a chance, man. Like, me and Mega Maniac was going in like I've created a monster. And I love it. It's wild. Sometimes seeing your kids act like that, you're like, that's not good sportsmanship. But flock them, because we don't give a flock over here. Let's flock and go. But yeah, so, it was just good to see those dudes get the fuck up out of here, get wiped up, smacked up, pretty much, all that trash they was talking, man. All that trash they was talking. It was good to just see them shut their flocking mouths. And then that side of the ball damn near didn't even show up. Like, what did these dudes do? The only dude on the offense that really did work was Christian McCaffrey. Like, I ain't heard nothing about no Debo, like, no IU, no Kittle. Like, I just loved it. But they got some DBs over there on that side, man. They've done a great job drafting Spagnuolo. I wish we would have never got rid of him. Could you imagine if at one point we had Spags and Reed over here, man? Like, where they should have been. How did the flock did he get to the Giants, bro? Basically got them dudes two flocking Super Bowls, man. You can't discredit Eli, but I'm saying, though, that defense was the flocking truth, man. So, yeah, I just said that to say this, that, luck don't do it, man. Luck don't do it. It's going to run out at some point. And it ran out. They took off Cinderella's slipper. It just feels so good, man. And the dude's still talking. He's talking about we're not a rivalry when you beat somebody that bad. Like, bro, like the lack of self-awareness, like the delusion of this dude is ridiculous. Like, you didn't just get smacked. You didn't just get smacked up. And then you had to go grab one of us to beat us. Like, what the flock is you talking about, dude? Like, and then, so, yeah, they still looking back at us when they should have been looking at their playbook to figure out how to play and flock in overtime. What are you doing over here, man? I can't stand these dudes, and it feels so good to see, man. You even see the Debo crying emojis. They got the Mount Rushmore Debo crying emojis out there, man. I'm just loving it. He deserves all the trolling he gets, not to mention, boy, Fletcher Cox. Let's bring it back in the nest real quick. Covered all the things I wanted to about the Super Bowl, man. I think I did. Real quick, Kelsey and Mahomes, just watching them, their camaraderie, man, and like it's like a controlled cockiness. Guess what you would call that is confidence, right? That kid Mahomes exudes like it's It's annoying, but it's also commendable. Like, this dude, he's up there talking to trash, like, yo, they changed the rules for us. And then he says it's so cool. You just one of those dudes you just want to punch in the mouth. But you know, if you punch him in the mouth, he might shoot your whole damn head off. You know, like one of those dudes, like, and smile respectfully, you know? But yeah, just watching those dudes up there after the post game, the trash they was talking, plus the camaraderie that they have, not to mention they was just playing, talking about it on Good Morning Football. The fact that you know, when Kelsey almost knocked Andy Reid down, then Andy Reid knocks down Chris Jones, it was crazy. But when Kelsey almost knocked Andy Reid down, like, oh snap, this dude's like, he's about that. And when you watch the show, you hear like, you know, you wouldn't say Kelsey sounds like he's scared of. No, deadass. He sounds like he's scared of Reid sometimes. You know, the way he talks, because he holds him in such high regard, like. So, you know, the respect level that he has for him, and to see him react like that on the sideline, man, you know, as much as I hate him when he plays against us, those dudes are the type of dudes that you will want to play on your team any flocking day of the week, man. Twice on Sunday, 3 times on Monday, 4 times on Thursday. You know what I'm like? Just these dudes, yeah, and enough giving them their flowers, because, yeah, man, we right around the corner from the next year. We got a lot of things to get to in the coming days, but just for, you know, tighten things up, get it right back the way it needs to be. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna get into the things that we missed over the last few days. We got Fletcher Cox going at Debo. Whoa. I mean, and then, you know, you got Jalen Carter and the Feliciano dude, I believe, going at it. So there's like this real tension, I hate to use the word beef, you know what I'm saying, in terms of it, but I mean, I've heard things spilling out off of the field with some of these guys sometimes, but still not to the extent that, you know, what beef really is, you know what I mean? But just the disdain, the disregard that they have for one another, some of these players. The Feliciano Carter thing, I don't even want to get into, because that just sounds crazy. Plus, I feel like it puts my guy in a pretty bad light. At least what I've read about it so far. Haven't really dug in the weeds for real. Because I haven't seen the text, the posts that have been deleted and things of that sort, so I could give it a real full assessment. But, you know, for the sake of looking at the world through eagle color eyes, poking my beak in, giving it an eagle screech, Jalen Carter's right. Yeah. You know, flock the Niners. But then our boy Fletcher Cox going in like dogs. Like, boy, keep my team's name out of your flocking mouth, boy. EAD? What? Like, Fletcher Cox got to come back. That's like our captain, bro. Cox, that's just, the levels to this is just crazy, man. He said, I've been holding this in for a minute, man. And I love that back and forth. I know I heard Ocho and Unc say they don't like to see this thing go off the field, but I mean, that boy just talks too damn much, man. And there's like no respect. And I get it. A lot of people could walk around like that and get away with it. But, you know, I just feel like I don't want to say something too general, because, I mean, does it really happen all the time? Do they really get their comeuppance? Do they really have to eat crow? A lot of the times they do, you know what I mean? So that's why sometimes, you know, you just, as a man, you don't want to put yourself out there like that, because that makes the fall all that much more harder, you know? So just shut your flocking mouth, play the game, right? But this dude, he's always got to stir pot, always got to talk crazy, you know? And I'm just so glad that boy Debo got shut the flock up. Get him up out of here. Clip off his damn wings, man. We got Haason. Ooh, Haas, man. There was a lot of things going on in the past few days. I'm glad I didn't hop in here hot. I'm glad, you know, the whole story got a chance to come together before I hop back on here, because, I mean, one day you're hearing that he's asking for a trade. He wants up out of here. Then, of course, our boy comes out like, what the flock is they talking about? I never asked for a trade at all. Whatever the case may be, this is where he wants to be. This is where he wants to end his career. We know things don't always work out like that. Whatever happens, happens. I can't say that I know what's going to happen. Our team has done this on numerous occasions. We've seen us go through this with Slay last season. We've seen us go through this with Cox before. Numerous other players where it's like, you know, they're on a trade block. Next thing you know, they're back in the locker room. So how this thing will end, I don't know. I know how I want this, and we want Haason Reddick here. Albeit, I mean, just there's so many things that we have to take care of on that defensive side of the ball. I don't know what part do we touch first? I mean, that defensive line seems to be stout. As far as going to get an interior defensive lineman, I just don't think that's the way. We got dogs in here that I think can hold down the fort. I believe we were just in a bad scheme last year, not to mention Haason Reddick had an injury. The thing that I would want to do, I mean, who knows if Bradbury seems to follow up bad seasons with great seasons. Or maybe he just hit the wall and it's a wrap. Or maybe he just couldn't. He was getting too many things thrown at him because I hear, you know, the boy Desai was throwing a lot of things at these guys. Maybe too much. Maybe paralysis by analysis, sensory overload. I don't know. They just too much. It was too much. But I mean, for that matter, Nah, but when it's just him. But they did have that boy all over the place. They had him playing slot. They had him playing outside. I don't want to make excuses. But what I do want to do is make it right. So how do we make it right? So that's the first, and that's where everybody's eyes at. Unfortunately for him, as an amazing season as he had, leading us to a Super Bowl appearance. It's what have you done for me lately, league? NFL, not for long, all that. We could throw all the cliches out there. It's just that would be the first place I would look to try and fix things. Bradbury and the defensive backs room. Linebacks is more in particular. You know what? Because I kind of like the defensive back room. They're young over there. And what I see is it's got to be up the middle. I mean, even any sport, it's up the middle that does everything. Basketball, it's the point guard and your center, right down the middle. Baseball, it's your pitcher, your second baseman, your center fielder, up the middle. Football is going to be your middle, whatever, interior lineman, linebacker, safety. We've got to get that thing lined up, and I think all of this comes together off of that. We've got some great edges in Sweat and Haason Reddick. Rotational pieces, I guess we could also bring in, not to mention the kid Isaiah Rodgers coming in, as far as DBs go. But linebacker, middle linebacker, safety, free safety, we've got to get these things shored up, and we got to figure out a plan what we're doing in the middle as far as, is Fletcher Cox coming back? Is it going to be Carter and Davis, Carter, Davis, and Williams going forward? We do know that we got to get these guys conditioning up with a tried and true vet coach. As far as Fangio goes, I don't think the conditioning thing will be an issue, much like it was last year. Not to mention, we got a lot bigger break. What, about a month more of off time for these guys to get their bodies right, get their minds right, get ready for this next season. Not to mention 9 draft picks, I believe we still have. So you can fix a lot of things in the draft, free agency. And you know what? After analyzing right here live on the spot, thinking about it out loud, I really think that's where the money needs to go. The money needs to go to Haason Reddick. Stroke those linebackers. Not the linebackers, the edge rushers. Get those guys in the right place. And I think everything comes together off of that. Not to mention much, like I said, up the middle. Give this boy a timeout because I'm talking in circles right now. I just feel like when you look at the year that we won it, the year that we almost won it, it was about putting pressure on the quarterback and just sound defense in the backfield. And we had sound defense in the linebacker position, in the safety position. That propelled us to where we were at, and we just need to get back to where we were at and get past that. At least that's how as far as I see it. So we got Haason Reddick. Hopefully he comes back. Steve Wilks, like I said, I was going to get into that. I don't understand. I'm just loving it, like the dysfunction of our rivalries right now. Not to mention the Cowboys. About to get into that in a second. But Steve Wilks leaving the Niners, like them getting rid of him. I mean, this dude has the worst luck in the league. He was the interim coach for the Panthers, and they were doing pretty damn well with this guy. And they decided to just cut take him out. Then they fire their next coach. Like, in season, what are they doing? They could have stuck with him and stuck it out, and they'd have done well. So the Niners say, we'll get him. And I recall them going on their 3-game losing streak, and a lot of the blame was going towards Mr. Steve Wilks. From that point on, he proceeded to have the 3rd-ranked defense in the league. Not to mention, he was better than the guy that they had the year before, who damn near won the coach of the year this year as a head coach. Like, Steve Wilks is that dude. I'm to the point that I'm almost upset that we didn't wait longer to go grab him, because that defense was balling out here. I mean, dude, they held the Chiefs until the end, right? Yeah, but we know it wasn't the damn defense's fault. They held that man to one touchdown. You could miss field goal, which we knew would be the case. I also had that written down. There was a missed extra point, if I recall correctly, right? I definitely had that written down as things I said the luck would run out and the kickers. Yeah. Wow, I was on point prior to that game. Whatever the case may be, and I want to think it was one of those perfect nights. I went big with Jawan Jennings anytime touchdown. Cha-cha-cha-cha-chang. Let's fucking go, and they still lost. It feels like that year when Dak was going off, leading my fantasy team and everything, crushing the league, and they were still losing. What a beautiful year that was. Regardless of what Steve Wilks, man, that dude just got a bad rap, so now he's out of there. The coaching carousel seems to come to a stop. I was wondering, I wasn't sure if the Giants had gotten a defensive coordinator yet. I had to hit up some of my Giants fan friends, you know what I'm saying, what's going on with his optimistic Giants fan, OG fan. Hit him up. He's like, nope, we already got a defensive coordinator, the dude from the Titans. I'm like, yes, thank you very much. Because, I mean, just to have him overhand this division, like Steve Wilks, just in my estimation, he's a beast as far as defense goes. Who knows? He'll probably be up for one of the first top dudes up for a head coaching job when that carousel starts spinning again after next season. Hopefully it ain't spinning for us, you know what I'm saying? Then you got Emmitt Smith out here. While we talking about our rivalries real quick outside the nest, you got Emmitt Smith out here talking crazy about the Cowboys. Like, dude, what are we doing? You guys ain't done nothing. You're going off of what we've done. And that's what we, as fans, other fans of other teams have been telling these Dallas Cowboys fans for years. Like, bro, you're talking about, you got your nose poked up, holding your head high off of wins from when games were recorded on VHS tapes, bro. Like, you probably got to pull out a reel to watch the last time you guys won a damn Super Bowl. Playoff game for that matter. 2 playoff games and a playoff. It's wild that you guys out here talk the craziness that you do. And you know what? And the fish rots from the head. It goes from your owner down to the players, down to y'all. So I really can't fault y'all because they're selling y'all a bill of goods that's trash. Fool's gold, if you will, similar to those 40 Whiners. You know, so, I mean, it's bad what's going on over there. Emmitt Smith is coming out saying that these players got to do it. They got to come out here and do something. You know, like they think they're this before they've done anything. Like, you know, and I hate to be this person to talk like this because this is how the players are talking, and I get it. You know, like you're out here and they're older players too. Like you're out here with your podcast and they seeing their faces all over the place, but you ain't done nothing to deserve this. So in my estimation, I'm like, bro, they put the stardom comes before the star on the side of the head. And that's emphasis on the dumb. They put the star dumb before they put the star. Because these dudes, they always want to chat. They always want to be up in cameras. Who does that? Who does that the best? Who does that the most? That's the boy Jerry Jones. They get it from the owner, bro. The fish rots from the head, and they just can't help themselves. And they're star dumb, starstruck, and star down. They crash into the earth. It's just ridiculous going over there. And when you see a Hall of Famer, Cowboys Hall of Famer, like, dude, telling them like, yo, bro, y'all trash. Y'all ain't done nothing. Y'all talking about y'all done something, but y'all talking about what we did, what they did. Ew, yeah, I can't believe I said we. Pertinence to the Cowboys. But regardless, just had to get that off my nest, get that off my chest, man. And then we'll get into a few things in the coming days as far as where we think we're going to go in this draft, the things that we need to pick up, man, because it's always go birds, it's always fly, Eagles fly, 24/7, 365. You already know Happy Hurts Day. You know how we do around this time. This is funny if you think about it. Don't tell nobody. But yo, man, like, damn, and they just put the Chiefs stuff back on. No, we're going to try and end on a good note. So, yeah, we got good things coming down the pipe. You know, we got the draft coming. A lot of draft talk. Who we picking up in this draft? What do you think we should pick up? How to fix not so much fix the offense, but fine-tune the offense, get this thing going in the direction it needs to be going, flying high once again, the way we like to do, 24/7, 360 fly. Let's fly and go. But you know, man, till the next time, make it your best time. In the meantime, between time, keep it a green time. You already know how I like to do around this time. About this time, at this time, it's always Eagles o'clock around here. Open your eagle eye, poke your beak in, give it an eagle screech, and ask these questions. What you gonna do when Eagle Mania swoops down and runs wild on you? Say it with me one time. Eagles. Eagles. Let's fly, y'all. Let's get the flock up out of here.